Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tony the Mole Adams YouTube channel. And we are back to the normal midweek scoops. Thanks for supporting Tony's takes, and thanks for also getting us to a new level on YouTube, which comes down to the number of people watching and subscribing. If you don't already, make sure you like and subscribe. And I'm currently in Adelaide, the city of churches. You can see my messy bed in the background, but there's no toilet in the background because I did one of these videos with a toilet in the background. I've got lots of complaints. Tony, how's Sydney town tonight?
Sydney town's good. I'm just glad there's no one in that bed, Steve. Otherwise, there'd be more complaints.
I'm a married man, Tony. I'm a married man. So the complaints would be not least from my wife. I think she watches. Hello, Sarah. So Tony, your column is out, and that's what we're here to talk about. Your column on 9.com.au, and the first item is about a crowd favourite at the Sharks who might be lost to the club.
Yeah, that's right, and it's big Tom Hazelton, and he's been scoring tries. He's been setting up tries. He's been running like a man possessed, and big bald-headed guy. He's really caught the imagination of the fans. He's played 23 games this year, but for all that, he's a free agent at the end of next season, which means come November 1, which isn't that far away, he can talk to rival clubs. And I've spoken to his manager, who tells me there's 7 or 8 clubs who are pretty keen on him. There's a bit of a shortage of good big men in the NRL, and I think that reflects it. So I know the Sharks have got a few cap problems, and that's why they haven't been able to re-sign him. So I guess it's a case of watch this space.
Now, Joseph Vitae, we always bring you the new names in rugby league. The first time you hear of the next superstar's name, it'll be right here on this YouTube channel. Who is Joseph Vitae?
Well, Joseph's a rugby union convert. He's been playing in the Toowoomba Rugby League for Warwick, and was recently voted Toowoomba Rugby League's Representative Player of the Year. Was named to play for Queensland Country, and he's looking to break into the NRL. He's 105 kilo centre, and yeah, we'll see where he ends up, because there's no doubt an NRL club will pick him up pretty soon.
And Tony, this is an interesting item because it's about our industry. It's a fellow that we both know, Paul Kent, and he was upset with the process where his services were dispensed with by News Limited, and there was legal action there, and there's been an outcome. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. And it's, as you say, it's about a journalist. It's always difficult for journalists to write about other journalists, Steve, as you know, particularly when it comes to lawsuits. But he's settled his wrongful dismissal lawsuit against News Limited out of court. The two parties have agreed to a settlement. He actually launched action with the Fair Work Commission, and got some pretty heavy hitters behind him, and they've come to an agreement. I don't know what the agreement is. It's all very confidential, all very hush-hush, but it's a case that sort of captivated the imagination of fans, players, and media, I guess. So I've had a lot of feedback about that the last few days, I can tell you.
Brody Jones is a player from the Knights who played well against the Dolphins, and if I got this right, he may now be joining the Dolphins.
Yeah, well, they played off, as you remember, a couple of weeks ago for 8th spot, and Jones scored a crucial try in that game, running off Kalen Ponga. The Dolphins obviously impressed because they're trying to sign him now for next season. And as we know, with Peter O'Sullivan coming in, the Knights are totally revamping their roster. I think he can play, this guy, but he might be one that's deemed excess to requirements as they rebuild the Knights. So he might end up with the Dolphins. So an interesting one, that.
It is. Tony, I'll be actually finally making my way to Sydney in the next couple of days. So maybe we'll go down to Manly Beach and record this next Wednesday or Thursday or something like that. What do you think?
That sounds like a plan, yeah.
Yeah, we might attract an audience or hecklers, something like that. But Don't forget also, I'm going to give this one last plug because it was a long drive down here with a boot full of rugby league merch. HowardHorder.com.au. I took it to Guy Wilson, who's the Mr. Adelaide Rams. Went to his place, and it's all his place now. And the stuff's ready to be mailed out. So HowardHorder.com.au. And that's it for those plugs for now. Anyway, Tony, I'll see you in Sydney.
Sounds good, Steve. We'll get together at Manly Beach.
And enjoy your footy this weekend. There's some big games this weekend.
For sure. Two games, both sudden death, and the winners have the dubious honour of playing Penrith and Melbourne. So very interesting stage of the season, that's for sure.